Hello everyone and welcome to Journey with the Kellers. My name is Amanda Keller and today we are back in the Keller kitchen. So today we are going to be making our next gingerbread house. I'm a little bit worried because the last one was such a failure, but I do know it was because I didn't bake it long enough. So let's hope this one turns out a little bit different. Now we are going to not actually be doing gingerbread this time. I'm actually going to be making an Oreo gingerbread house. So I did find a recipe online for this Oreo gingerbread house, and so I'm going to try it and see if it works. And hopefully we'll be making an Oreo gingerbread house, an Oreo haunted gingerbread house, I guess. Okay, you could also decorate this for Christmas. You could do it either way around. So I just thought I would show you guys and see if I could do it myself. I know that there are Oreo kits and stuff out there as well. But I always find when I buy the kits, there's not enough frosting or candy or anything else. And so I'm having to buy the kit plus extra stuff. So I figured I have most of the stuff to just make the Oreo house at home. So I thought I'd just try it. I did get this video from, or this recipe from a video. I think it's on Facebook. I will put a link in the description to that video if you guys want to watch it. But this is basically it. Okay. All right, so the first thing that you are going to do is in a bowl, you are going to put in, oops, that's sugar, not flour. There we go. Technically, you're going to sift together 1.5 cups of flour. Okay. So we have 1 cup, and then we're going to have a 1/2 cup. Then you're also going to add in 1.5 cups of special dark chocolate. This is Hershey's. I don't know if anybody else makes it, but I just found the Hershey's one, so that's the one I'm using. Okay, which is kind of weird since this isn't Oreo recipe, but that's okay. Okay, so there is 1 cup. I'm going to need a little bit more here. Go. And then a 1/2 cup. All right. So we've got that done. You're going to go ahead. Oh, and a dash of salt. Almost forgot the salt. We can't forget that. So 1 dash of salt. Okay. You're going to go ahead and grind that together, sift it together, I mean. Which is probably going to make a big cloudy mess. Couple balls down there at the bottom. There we go. Okay, you guys. So we have that all done. Now we're going to set this to the side. Oh, and I forgot one thing, so I'll be right back. So now the next thing you're going to do, either you can use a hand mixer or a stand mixer or whichever way you want. But whichever one you're using, you're going to put in the bowl 2 cups of, or I'm sorry, 1 cup or 2 sticks of softened butter. Okay, maybe. So you can either let that sit out, or if you're like me and you forget to pull them out so that they'll sit out and soften up, or if it's a chilly day, like it is this morning, and you have your windows open and things aren't wanting to soften, you can use the microwave. Mine, it usually takes about 20 seconds to soften up 2 sticks like this, but it's going to depend on your microwave wattage and all of that, okay? So we got that. And of course now I have butter all over my hands. Okay, so 1 cup or 2 sticks of butter, whichever way you want to call it or see it. Then you're going to add to this 2 cups of granulated sugar, or just regular sugar, whatever you want to call that as well. So we got 1, and we have 2. Okay. Then you are going to do 2 large eggs that you are going to put in one at a time. So we have 1 large egg, and I'm going to go ahead and start this up. Okay. Probably should have done the sugar and the butter together first, but that's okay. We've already added an egg in, so it'll all work out. Okay. That's looking pretty good and mixed in. Now let's add the other egg. Okay. Let that get going. Okay. Then you're going to add in also 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit. Sorry if it gets loud. I'm going to whip that all together a little. Okay. Once you got a pretty good mixture there, you're going to add in about half at a time. So do half of the dry ingredients, let it mix up, and then do the other half. Make sure your mixer is on low. And even on low, I mean, I'm getting a pretty good puff of chocolate and flour here. I'm sure my head is locked into place there. We'll see if my mixer can do this. Every once in a while, I'll get a dough that's it just can't handle it. So let's hope it'll be able to handle this. We only got half of it in there and it's struggling. Maybe we'll turn it up just a little bit. No, because we got to add more stuff, so that would be a bad idea. Okay. Let's just get the rest of that added in. Let's see what we get here. We're definitely going to need to scrape. As you guys can hear, bouncing. Sometimes this thing's a little bit scary when you're mixing doughs up. I've had it pop this bowl off the stand, and then it starts clanging around. So not always the best mixer. And this is a pretty tough dough, I think. So we will make sure that we also don't let it mix too long excessively, because you don't want you overheat your mixer. If you're using a hand mixer, I don't even know if my hand mixer can handle this at all. Okay, so let's see. It's getting mixed up, guys, getting mixed up. And it does look really dark, like the Oreo mix. So that's good. I think we're just about there. I'm going to give it one more good scrape down. And then mix it one more time, and then I think we'll be done. Bowl starting to come off. Okay, there we go. So I think we are done here. So see, it's a very thick dough. So just be forewarned, you have a mixer like mine that 1 is getting older, which this is, and 2 is not very good with handling tough doughs, then you have to keep an eye on it, okay? All right. I was worried about that. I was worried about that with the regular gingerbread dough, but it does seem to handle the regular gingerbread dough okay. But this is it was a little bit stickier, okay? Oops, I think I just put it, there we go. Okay, so let's move this out of the way so we have more room. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you are gonna take a piece of parchment paper, and stuff everywhere here. Okay, so you are gonna take a piece of parchment paper and you're gonna lay that down. Okay. There we go. And you're supposed to sprinkle a little bit of flour on it. A little bit of flour. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put about half of the dough on here. So you're going to roll this out half at a time. And so we're going to put about half of the dough on. Okay. So we got about half of the dough on. You're going to kind of knead this a little bit to get it to kind of stick together. I don't think this is half. Oh, no, it's not. It's really sticky, you guys. It's really sticking to the bowl here. Even the scraper is having trouble getting it up. Ugh. There we go. It does look like Oreo dough, though. So that's really cool. All right, so let's knead it together real good. You need to sprinkle a little more flour on, too. Okay, so once you get it kneaded, you're going to go ahead and cover it in another piece of parchment paper. Okay. And then you're going to roll it out to 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so I have these nice little spacers on my rolling pin, and I'm using that. Now remember that when you're rolling out dough that you're supposed to start in the middle. So here, and then roll out. And you're supposed to do that each time. So you don't come back this way. You start in the middle, press down, and roll out. Okay? That way, it's supposed to help make it more even, I guess. You do also want to watch too, sometimes the parchment paper will stick too much to the dough. And then you'll have where it's not really spreading because the parchment paper is sticking to it. So sometimes I will just kind of flour a little bit of the top just to keep that from happening too much. It's okay if it sticks a little bit. That kind of helps to keep it from, you know, moving around too much. But I don't want it sticking so much that the parchment paper is causing it not to roll out, okay? And I do try to make sure that I roll it out this way. So I rolled it, if you notice, I kind of rolled it this way before it got too long so that it kind of takes up the paper a little bit. Otherwise, you just kind of get a really long dough that kind of starts sticking out the top of the parchment paper, okay? So I think we've almost got this to 1/4 of an inch. Looks like it. Rolling pin, well, about right there, it's not. Okay, so let's press down a little harder and really roll that out. Same thing going this way. Really roll that out. There we go. I think that's getting it. Okay, you guys, so once you get both of these rolled out, so you're gonna do this half, then do the other half the exact same way. You can put them on a pan if you want. It's probably easier to put them on a sheet pan, and then you're gonna stick them in the refrigerator for an hour, okay? Once they're done refrigerating, then you're gonna come back and do the shapes and do the I forgot what it's called. Do the template, there we go, of your house or whatever you're doing, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this on a sheet pan and pop it in the fridge, get the other one rolled out, and then I will be back in an hour and we will get our shapes cut out and get it cooked and then hopefully go from there. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, you guys, so our Oreo cookie dough has been refrigerating for about an hour. Now, I just kind of drew out this quick little house template. So we have the house, the sides of the house, and then the roof, which goes, no, this way. Okay, and then the roof of the house. And then I did a couple little gravestones, and then a window, and then a door for the front if I decide to put one on, okay? So it's just something, I just used actually my parchment paper, which actually has marks on it. And hopefully I did that roof right because it kind of seems smaller. Maybe that's the side? No, this is definitely the side. I think I might have done my roof a little bit wrong. We'll find out, I guess. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do is go ahead and put our templates on here and try to cut out as much as we can. Now this, it does not seem to make as much dough. It's just probably because we rolled it out to 1/4 of an inch. Most of the gingerbread dough I've been using, we've rolled it out to 1/8 of an inch, so you get more out of it. And I am using a pizza cutter to cut this, just because I feel like it's kind of easier. I will get a knife out to do the door though, because the door is a little bit smaller. And I'm going to use this for the front and the back. Just in the back, I won't put a door on. Okay. And so once I get these all cut out, I'm going to go ahead and put them back on the baking sheet. And then you bake them at 325 degrees for about 20 minutes. Okay. Now, I am going to try something different because I am going to put a couple windows in here. You can use hard candy to actually make a window. So these are lifesavers. I'm going to crunch them up so they're in smaller pieces. And when the dough is about 2/3 of the way cooked, I'm going to go ahead and pull it out and put that in the windows, the crunched up pieces into the window spaces. And then hopefully it'll melt and make like a stained glass window effect. Okay, so that's what we're hoping for. So right now I'm going to go ahead and finish getting this all cut up and then getting them baked. This is the first time I've made my own template, so hopefully this won't turn out horrible and all mismatched, but you know, trial and error, you guys, trial and error. That's what this is all about. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done and get this baked. And then, I'll come back when it's time to assemble. I don't know if I'm going to decorate it myself. I may just let my kids do it just to have a little bit of fun tonight. But also, I was going to say, so you might want to make up your frosting while this is cooling. So, and that's what I'm going to do. If you need the recipe for the royal icing that you use to put this together, it is on the cookie puzzle video, the gingerbread cookie puzzle video that I have out. So you can use that. And then if you, or you can just look up, there's tons of royal icing recipes out there. So you can look those up and just use one of those too. Dye it whatever colors you want. I am going to do orange and purple. And then the black is already here because of the gingerbread, but I may dye a little bit black too, because you never know, you might need it for different things. And then I will come back once this has cooled off. You're going to let them cool on a cooling rack. Once it's cooled off, I'll come back and hopefully we will be able to assemble it. Okay. All right, you guys. So I will be back in a little bit. Hey, you guys. So our cookies are all cooked and cooled and our frosting is made. And this is what happened with the hard candy. I don't think I cooked it for quite long enough, but it does kind of look like a stained glass window. It's a little bit funky looking, but that's okay. So I'm going to try to use this pan here to put this together. And so what we're going to do is start with the front piece here, and we're just going to pipe some royal icing along just that one edge. We're going to do one side first, okay? I'm going to put this on here, and then I put little windows in some of the side ones too. Oops, there's a little chunk there. This is a lot thicker than the other gingerbread that I've used. Oh, and pardon me for the loud, somebody has clothes in my dryer, and so it is making very loud noises right now, and I do apologize for that. And at the same time, it sounds like my dishwasher is also draining. So that is making very loud noises as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and dab a little bit in here. Okay. And I did just decide to leave this frosting white, and I'm gonna let the kids decorate this haunted house however they want. So they can dye the frosting. I have more in a bowl, so they can dye it if they want later. We're going to go ahead and put this up. This definitely is not flimsy like the last one was, so it's definitely, hopefully, going to go together really well here. So far, so good. I see I missed a spot down there, so let's get some icing in there. Go. And again, I am doing it in this pan. Usually you would have it like on some kind of board or something. I am doing it in this pan because I want to do like a bunch of crushed Oreos and put some bugs. I have some gummy worms somewhere, but unfortunately I'm having trouble finding them. And I will show you guys what kind of candies and stuff I've kind of accumulated. Some of it's from doing, you know, some of the other projects in the kitchen that I do, that I have leftover candies and stuff from some of those. Some of it's from other gingerbread houses. So I've kind of accumulated a little stash of candy now. Look at that, you guys. It's nice and up. This is bent in just a little bit, so let's fix that. Okay. Standing up. Woo! Look at that. Yay! Okay, awesome. So make sure that while it's wet that you make any adjustments that you want or need to make. This is going to be the hard part, is the roof. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, it might have a little bit of an overhang. I don't know if I want to. Kind of need it squished together just a little bit more to get the roof on there right. I think I made it, but I like it better this way. So if there's a little bit of a gap, there's a little bit of a gap. I'm really not going to worry about it too much. So in order to do the roof, you're actually supposed to let it dry for a little bit longer. I know, I'm going to break the rules, and I'm just going to put it on because I kind of want it to just all dry together so they can decorate it later. Okay. We're going to put this on. This on. Okay, so technically I think it was made to go on this way, but I actually like it better this way, which probably means there's going to be a gap, but that's okay. You can always fix that with some candies and stuff, fill it in. So now you're just going to sit here and hold this on for a little bit until it holds by itself. It probably will take just a few minutes. So I'm going to sit here and hold this on. But as far as I can tell you guys, it looks like it's going to hold up well. So that is obviously awesome and exactly what we want. So I'm going to go ahead and just hold this and get it finished. And then I'm going to let the kids do their thing and decorate it. Hopefully we're going to crunch up some Oreos and put in the bottom and hide some gummy, if I can find my gummy worms, some gummy spiders and stuff like that. Okay, it looks like it is staying. And like I said, there's a pretty good gap here and a pretty good gap here, but you can fill this in with stuff. You can either put candy over it or even maybe fill it in with icing, okay? And so yeah, I do have a couple of gravestones. One of these can be the front door if we want to put a front door on. I have a small gravestone, a big gravestone, so you can kind of put those in here. And then these are the different decorations I have. So just so you guys can kind of see the things that we'll be using. I found a Mickey and Minnie Halloween gummies. I'm not sure if it just says gummies. I don't know if it's them. I think it's like shapes of them. So that's kind of cool. So we got little Halloween gummies. Of course, we've got M&Ms that are peanut butter and regular. We've also got some gummy bugs and some gummy creepy crawly gummies like spiders and stuff. Then we've got some Hershey's Kisses, some different kinds of Halloween sprinkles. We've got some Reese's Pieces, some jelly beans, some snack size or small mini M&Ms, or mini Oreos, I'm sorry. We've got different eyeballs and then different little Halloween things. There's some little gravestones in here, some witches' hats, some bats. Stuff like that. We've got some different colored, I thought these might be kind of cool, the different colored mini or pastel mini marshmallows. We got the autumn mixed candy corn with the actual candy corn and the pumpkins. Then we've got the monster eyeball marshmallows. We've got, oh, I do have gummy worms. I found the gummy worms. Woo. So they were, oh, shoot, you have to put that back on. So they were in there, okay? Then we've got some spice drops, and then a regular size Halloween Oreos. I also have some Oreos that were Coca-Cola Oreos that have the red filling. So I might, we might try some of those too. And I have some Lifesavers. I always want to say lightsaber instead of lifesavers. So we have some Lifesavers too if they want to use those. So I'm going to go ahead and get this done. I'm going to let it dry for a while and they can decorate it tonight. I'll come back and show you guys how it turned out after they decorated it. And then that'll be it for this one, you guys. All right, hopefully that's gonna stay on now. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, you guys, so I just went ahead and finished it actually myself because everybody was too busy to kind of do it. So I just made kind of like this rough looking front or kind of cemetery looking thing where it's got a couple tombstones and there's some ghost on it. I even put some of the little Mickey Mouse things on it. I just did some goofy stuff this time, so it's kind of creepy but kind of funny at the same time. He's got like a little mohawk here on top of his head and some ghost hanging out around. So I think it turned out kind of cute. Okay, you guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe if you like, or don't if you don't. Everyone have a good day. Enjoy your cooking. Enjoy making your gingerbread houses and everything else fun. And we'll see you later. Bye.